As the game started out, the Colts proved that they were ready for the Raiders' defensive challenges. They took the opening kickoff and marched right down the field for a 7-0 lead.
Peyton Manning dropping back to pass, pump fakes, throws, end zone, caught by Marcus Pollard, touchdown Colts. It took them less than 5 minutes, and they absolutely dissected the Raiders right down the field for an 80-yard touchdown mark.
It was second-year sensation Edgerrin James who gave the Colts a 14-0 lead. James then continued to abuse the Raiders' defense, this time showing his versatility by snagging a touchdown pass from Peyton Manning to make it 21-0 Colts.
They move James off the backfield on the line, empty backfield, throw to him in the middle, 5, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. Edgerrin James, he is the edge. They can't stop him. He ran right through Beekert, caught the ball on the 4, and went into the end zone diving.
And things did not look good for the Silver and Black. Now, with their backs to the wall, the Raiders needed someone to turn on the switch, and the team turned to their veteran leader, Rich Gannon. With the accuracy of his right arm and his scrambling ability, Gannon led the team in one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the franchise.
Third down and goal, Raiders on the 3. Backs are split. One of them, Tim Brown, moves in motion out right. Gannon dropping, pumping left, looking middle, scrambling around, not going to run, and he dives, and he is in. Touchdown Raiders. Gannon got in.
The Colts did follow it up with a Mike Vanderjagt field goal to make it 24-7 in the second quarter, but Rich Gannon was still not done.
Gannon looking left, not going to run again, pump fakes, trying to get outside 5, and he goes for the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown Gannon. His second running touchdown of the game.
All of a sudden, it was a 21-14 game, and the momentum was in the Raiders' favor. And while Rich Gannon and the Raider offense was starting to find the cracks in the Colts' defense, Greg Beekert, the Raiders' middle linebacker, was busy figuring out the audible system of quarterback Peyton Manning. His halftime chalk talk to the rest of the defense was key in shutting down the Colts in the second half, and Beekert performed on the field as well.
Manning going to throw from the end zone, and he swings it out for Dilger, the tight end, short, and he shoved. Oh, he fumbled the ball, and Beekert's got it. The ball went up in the air, and Beekert caught it out of the air on the Colt 15-yard line.
Beekert's fumble recovery would lead to a Sebastian Janikowski field goal to cut the Colt lead to 24-17. Then Rich Gannon continued his career day on the ground by rushing for touchdown number 3.
Here we go again, 3rd and 1 from the Colts 6. And they give it a no play action. Gannon's going to run in the end zone and tie the game. The Raiders will be within 1 at 24-23. What a play. Gannon faking the handoff and then coming out the left side on a naked bootleg.
And since nobody wants to come all the way back from 21-0 and 24-7 deficits without finishing the job, the Raiders turned to Tyrone Wheatley to drive nails into Colts head coach Jim Mora's heart. Wheatley's first touchdown run of the afternoon gave the Raiders a 7-point lead, and then John Gruden's hammer came back for an encore.
They give it to Wheatley up the middle. He dives, and Tyrone Wheatley's into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders! Tyrone Wheatley has given the Raiders a 37-24 lead with 5 minutes and 39 seconds to go in a stunned RCA Dome.
The Raiders withstood the Colts' last-second drive to pick up a much-needed early-season road victory. Rich Gannon had one of his best performances in a Raider uniform. Head coach John Gruden.
He hasn't got the textbook quarterback style, but, you know, when a game starts, he can hurt you a lot of different ways, and he's not a real rangy 6'4" or 6'5" player, so he has to find ways to deliver the ball in congested areas. Sometimes it's sidearm, sometimes it's over the top, and sometimes it's on the move.
The improbable comeback win over the Colts in Indianapolis, a place where the Colts had been 7-1 in 1999, set the Raiders up at 2-0, sending them now into their biggest game of the first quarter of the year. The Denver Broncos were coming to town, and the Raider Nation responded by selling out the Network Associates Coliseum. Unfortunately, the Broncos pulled out a 33-24 victory behind the arm of Brian Griese. It was a day John Gruden and the Raiders offense wanted to forget quickly. 2 first-quarter fumbles and a critical Gannon interception in the third quarter helped secure the Broncos' 6th straight win over the Raiders and their 10th in the last 11 meetings with the Silver and Black.